My name is Mala. I was born in China, and my mom is Spanish, and my dad is from DR Congo. I'm a football player who currently plays in the U.S. at a college called Russell Sage in the NCAA. I've been playing football since I was about 6 years old, after watching my dad play it growing up. And growing up, I watched players like Ronaldinho, Bolasie, and Neymar, how they lit up the pitch and how they had passion for the game, how they played the game differently than everybody else, how they made the fans feel, and how I reacted when I first saw them play. Football has impacted me in many different ways. The way that I think it's impacted me the most is by teaching me different values such as perseverance, never giving up, and hard work. It's taught me many different life lessons, but apart from that, I've also gotten to meet a lot of cool people that I get to call friends, and football is really the gift that keeps on giving. Before moving to Spain, I played in China for about 16 years. I moved around club to club. I was able to play in Singapore, Thailand, and Shanghai as well. Then I moved to Spain for 2 years in Barcelona at an academy called Marset. And then now I'm at a university in the US, which is where I'm at right now. The biggest difference in playing football in Spain and the US is that in Spain, they are way more technical than the Americans, but in the US, they focus a lot about the physicality and going to the gym. For every once the Spanish would go to the gym, the Americans would probably go twice. And while they may be very physical and strong, their touch is not as good as the Europeans. And the way that football is structured in Europe, I feel like Europe will be on top for many years to come.
I scored like 4 or 5 times, but every time I give a pass, I can't get it back. But it is what it is. You gotta play with what you got, so what can I do?
For aspiring football players, my advice is to have intrinsic motivation, because if you can't motivate yourself and you don't love the game truly, then don't do it. Because if you really want to do this, you gotta wake up at 6 in the morning. You gotta fall in love with that. You gotta fall in love with an hour practice and then another hour in the gym. And you gotta fall in love with eating the right stuff and doing the right exercises when you need to, and let your friends do the things that you can't do, but you know that for your future you're gonna need it.
If you know, then you know. Suited up, bitch, my whole team do the same. Don't you forget who created the game. Ready for war, I was born with grenades. The trenches where soldiers are made.
My 2 biggest inspirations in football are Wayne Rooney and Ronaldinho. I think, in my opinion, Wayne Rooney is the greatest English football player of all time. And for me, Ronaldinho is the most talented football player of all time. I've been watching Rooney since I was young, and what really got me to like him was that his ability to do anything he had to win the game. If he had to put in a tackle as a striker, he would do it. If he had to yell at his teammate, he would do it. But he always had the goals to back him up. And for me, Ronaldinho is just that talented, and there's just one word to describe the type of player he is, and he's a magician, because his feet are like paintbrushes, and every time he touches the ball is like a stroke on a canvas. I had an amazing opportunity to win a conference championship as a freshman at Medai College, where a bunch of my teammates were also Europeans, a few Spanish, a few Englishmen, and a few other players from around the world, as well as Americans, and they were able to help me win a championship in 2020. I've had the advantage to grow up in China as well as travel to many other places around the world, and I've been able to learn 5 different languages. I speak English, French, Spanish, Chinese, and Catalan, which is a dialect of Spanish as well. and I feel like they've helped me a lot throughout my life.
来草莓的糖葫芦。
茶包吗？
不，现在吃。
好。
So I just came back to Beijing recently to visit my family and visit where I grew up, where I spent most of my life, 16 years of my life out here. And I get to see my friends and family again, go back to the places I remember when I was younger, and might be one of the last times I come here for a while. And hopefully this time back I'll be able to experience and enjoy my stay here as much as I have before. Thank you, merci, gracias, and 谢谢.